who I have. My sister-in-law.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
German Shepherd.
All right,
I'm gonna hug and say hello. We had a little
We, my friends.
That's nice, you got two empty seats up there.
Hey, Kevin.
Monday for the courthouse.
I always want to know what the
The Luke model. It does.
We use them.
Yeah, the kennel.
And I'm like, we have one, we put them in for like 2 times, and, I mean, I'm like,
Cause there's
I mean,
no.
I'm all,
Cause.
Overrated West Coast.
there's like, we went through it a year ago.
Oh, I have my, it's like so locked down, I'll send you a request.
Like, have we been super?
Try the mystery one.
I'd like
Okay.
to call the meeting to order at 6 PM. If you could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order at 6 PM. And the roll call for attendance, Scott Tadowski is here, Kevin Bertocchi,
Here.
Luann Homa,
Here.
Brian Nolan is absent, Raymond Kerr,
Here.
Maggie Smith,
Here.
and Mayor Bob Lay.
Here.
Borough Solicitor Eric D.
Here.
Borough Manager Dwight Bodorf. Here. Code Enforcement Officer Anthony Bruni.
Here.
And the Police Department Lieutenant Mark Legowski.
Here.
Before we go any further, I need to make a motion, or, excuse me, can I have a motion to amend the agenda to include borough policy for the water treatment plant number 1 and for the water treatment plant number 2?
So moved.
Second.
Ray on the first, Luann on the second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's good.
Yeah, good thing, really. This takes us to the first citizens' comment section of the evening. Anybody that's new watching online or new in person, we do offer it 2 times. The first one is reserved for all borough residents that you want to discuss anything that is listed on the agenda. If you need agenda, they are on the table on the corner where you signed in. We ask that you please stand, state your name for public record. There is a 3-minute time limit. Again, this one is open for anything that is on the agenda. There's quite a bunch of stuff on here, so if you have any comment, we will start with the first row and go 1, 2, 3. Cindy?
Nothing tonight.
Mr. Bonner?
Jim Bonner, 1120 Stewart Street. Just want to offer my support and encouragement for Elle Bowers and Cynthia Kramer to be named to the Environmental Advisory Council and for Carrie Fox to be named to the Planning Committee.
Thank you, sir. And gentlemen, all the way in the back. Good?
I'm good.
Thank you. And Brian Nolan is present. All right. That closes the citizens' comment section. Again, we do offer one more time at the very end of the meeting before we ask for a motion to adjourn. Takes us to exceptions for open meetings. There were no executive sessions since our last meeting last Tuesday. The December 12th, 2023 council agenda meeting minutes have been disseminated and they are posted online. Can I have a motion to approve the 12/12/23 council agenda meeting minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Kevin on the first, Maggie on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously 6-0. We did have some communications come in to the borough office since our last scheduled meeting. The first one is an email request from Cynthia Kramer for reappointment to the Environmental Advisory Council. We're not going to read these, we're just listing. The second one is an email request from Al Bowers for reappointment to the Environmental Advisory Council. The third one is an email notification from Maggie Smith resigning from the Trentham Borough Zoning Board. The fourth one is a letter from Scott Tadowski resigning from the Trentham Borough Council at-large position and confirming the second ward position. And the fifth one is an email request from Carrie Fox about appointment to the Planning Committee. So those are the 5 communications that have come into the borough since our last meeting. Moving on down the line, committee and department reports. Mr. Mayor.
Okay, this is from Burke Burrows. We had 34 major crimes. Again, major crimes are accident, hit and run assaults, burglary, criminal mischief, domestic disturbances, fights, robberies, sexual assault, terroristic threats, and trespassing, including warrants. All other calls, we had 161. For arrest, we had 9 on view, 5 summons, 4 warrants, total of 19. Citations issued for the month of December. Traffic was 8 and non-traffic was 4. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. President's report, you will see the committee listed right there. Ray Kerr is going to chair the Business Advisory Committee once again. Ray Kerr is also going to chair the Utilities Committee. Luann Homa is going to chair the Public Works Committee. Luann Homa is also going to chair the Public Safety Committee. I am, for the time being, I will chair the Finance, Administration, Employee Relations Committee. Maggie Smith is going to chair the Parks and Recreation Committee. Maggie Smith is also going to be the liaison to the Environmental Advisory Committee that is headed up by Mr. Bonner. Brian Nolan is going to chair the Property Zoning and Health Committee. Kevin Bertocchi is going to serve as the representative to the COG for Trenton Borough.
There's a motion on that later, too.
I'm sorry?
There's a motion on that one specifically
Okay, yeah,
later.
that one does have to be voted on. Kevin Bertocchi is also going to be the chairperson of the Redevelopment and Revitalization Committee. Just keep in mind that once we do get our 7th and final person, depending on the experience of him or her, we might shift a couple things around, just based on the experience that they bring to council. So, again, I thank you all for your willingness to serve as the chair people of those committees. The only other couple things I have on here is just a reminder, anybody that is interested, the annual Allegheny League of Municipalities, Allegheny County Boroughs Association banquet is Saturday, February 3rd. I know, Kevin, you went last year.
Yeah, I can't go this year.
The deadline for registering for that is coming up in the next week or so. So if you are interested, please reach out to Dwight so we can reserve a group for the Trenton Borough. Shout out to Public Work guys. I know this morning I was surprised as anybody else was that got the call. But by the time I left my house, everything was good, so it goes without saying. But I know we take them for granted all of the time until we get a morning like tonight or a morning like this morning, and they rocked it out of the park, so. That's all I have. Short and sweet. Mr. Solicitor.
Yes, I assisted Mr. Bodoff and Mr. Bruni with various borough issues. Additionally, I spoke with Matt Sprung, who's an engineer from Gibson Thomas, regarding the zoning map. We had to hash out a couple issues, but I should have a draft of a zoning map that would correspond with our ordinance within the next 10 days or so. So we're making some progress there, and I know I want to put this to bed like everyone else as far as getting the zoning map together along with this amended zoning ordinance through the hearing process and get it passed and get something on the books sooner rather than later. So I'll stay on top of that with the engineer to make sure we proceed forward with it. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Mark, anything else from Police Department?
Nothing to add, thank you.
Sir? Mr. Bruni, Code Officer report.
Nothing at this time, thanks.
The engineer report, the link is listed there. As a reminder, please clean up after your pet. Don't let pet waste go wash down the storm drain or onto the streets. And passing it over to Mr. Manager.
A couple things real quick. So just so council is aware, the 2024 budget has been put in our computer system. It's important to get in the first couple weeks because that's what everything else is predicated on. The fee schedule that council adopted a month ago is also being entered into the system. You may have noticed in the mail, when you got your bills this month, that the back of the bills have been changed. That was discussed previously, and that now includes a comparison for West Penn Power, Duquesne Light. There's also information on there for if you need assistance for paying your utilities, and a few other items to help out the residents. The annual business privilege licenses will go out this month. The joint application for riverfront planning with Cheswick was submitted as previously discussed. We are still working on several of the updates for the electric ordinances. We had a staff meeting on the first 9 ordinances that were recommended by Salzman Hughes to discuss any concerns or changes for those, as well as several other issues that were brought up that we believe that we need ordinances for. Beginning and end of the year is always a busy time. There are several reports that are due to the state and county, as well as some for the federal government that we're working on. And I know that this is a concern for residents and council, but the Light at 10th and Corbett, the work continues to be ongoing. They finished boring across the street, and at this point, they're going to start erecting the poles once weather permits. So we are nearing the end of this project. 2 other things is we got an estimate back for the repair on the crosswalk over towards the bridge. It's going to be an estimated about $10,000 to repair that. I need to double check with PennDOT to make sure that we can't rope them into paying something because that's their road and easement. So we're going to see if they'll pick up the cost or help in any capacity. And then we also got the community development report for the CDC, which I got it today, so I will disseminate that out to council and put it online in case anybody wants to see what's going on with the local community development corporation. Everything else are the normal updates. The legislative locator and the league link have not had any updates since December. So I would imagine that those will be updated shortly for February. And that is everything that I have.
Thank you. All right, moving on to the business section. There was no postponed business from the previous meeting. New business. Can I have a motion to pay the borough bills for the month of December 2023?
So moved.
Second.
Ray on the first, Brian on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously 6-0. Can I have a motion to accept the resignation of Scott Tadowski as councilperson at large?
So moved. Second.
Brian on the first, Lou Ann on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
I will abstain from that since it's my name. So that passes 5-0 with 1 abstain. Abstention? Is that the word?
Extension, yes.
Abstention. Okay. Can I have a motion to appoint and advertise to fill the vacancy of councilperson at large?
So moved.
Second.
Maggie on the first, Luann on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously 6-0. Can I have a motion to accept the resignation of Maggie Smith from the Trenton Borough Zoning Board?
So moved.
Second.
Ryan Nolan on the first, Ray on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And Maggie, you will abstain from that vote. So that will pass.
We got you.
5-0 with 1 abstention. Can I have a motion to nominate Kevin Bertocchi as the AVN COG representative?
So moved.
Second.
Ray on the first, Brian on the second. All in favor?
Aye. So I
Opposed?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, you have to abstain.
You're going to abstain from that one too.
Yeah.
That's okay, because Scott now learned a new word, so.
Abstention. That passes 5-0 with 1 abstention. Any questions, comments before I ask for a motion to approve the borough manager contract renewal that we discussed last week? Can I have a motion to approve the borough manager contract renewal? Note, it is a 2-year extension, or 2-year contract.
So moved.
Second.
Ray on the first, Brian on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously 6-0.
Thanks.
Thank
You're in
you.
the way.
Now we have a
Thank you.
borough manager.
That should have been first.
Other business comes before me.
We like suspense.
Can I have a motion to appoint Eric D. as a solicitor of Trenton Borough for 2024?
So moved.
Second.
Ray on the first, Luann on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously 6-0.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not gonna clap for
You're not
Eric.
getting off that easy. You're not getting off easy.
Can I have a
You
motion?
had the chance to get out.
Yeah, you did. You had your chance, and you blew it.
Can I have a motion to appoint Gibson Thomas as the engineering firm for Trenton Borough for 2024?
So moved.
Luann on the first.
Second.
Kevin on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously 6-0.
I
You can just
know.
make, you can just make a motion to items A through whatever, if you, it's up to you. You can choose to do them individually or as a group.
We have to put letters then now, because we don't have letters.
Can I have a motion to appoint Mark C. Turnley, CPA, as auditor for the Trenton Borough for 2024?
So moved.
Second.
Kevin on the first, Ray on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously 6-0. Can I have a motion to appoint First National Bank as the depository of Trenton Borough for 2024?
So moved. Second.
Luann on the first, Maggie on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously 6-0. Could I have a motion to appoint Altani Insurance as the insurance brokerage of Trenton for 2024?
So moved.
Second.
Ray on the first, Kevin on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously 6-0. Can I have a motion to reappoint Al Bowers for a 3-year term to the Environmental Advisory Council?
So moved.
Second.
Brian on the first, Kevin on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously 6-0. Can I have a motion to reappoint Cynthia Kramer, to the Environmental Advisory Council for a 3-year term?
So moved.
Second.
Brian Nolan, Luann Homa, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously 6-0. Can I have a motion to appoint Carrie Fox to the Planning Committee for a 2-year term?
So moved.
Second.
Oh, good. Let
Maggie
Kevin have it.
and Luann, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously 6-0. Can I have a motion to approve the conditional use decision regarding Tripac's billboard request at 1223-P-00245?
So moved.
Second.
Ray on the first, Brian Nolan on the second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously 6-0. Any questions before the conditional use decision regarding Legends Fitness?
Just as a reminder, this is a reversion back to what they originally wanted, that better safe than sorry after speaking with solicitor to get it confirmed. This also changes the outside material of their secondary building from fabric to metal. So it should last longer, and they provided all the design details in the previous conditional use hearing.
Can I have a motion to approve the conditional use decision regarding Lundberg's Legends Fitness and training request at 1223-N-90?
So moved.
Second.
Ray on the first, Luann on the second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously 6-0.
Excuse me, Scott, they didn't change the color, right? It went from white to the tan or something.
Yeah,
Like the
building.
off-white, right,
Yeah.
within so many degrees of,
That's what I wondered.
just
if
not
they
the white
reverted
circus
back
tip.
to the white.
no.
Any questions on ordinance 24-01?
This is just an amendment, making sure that we also, you're welcome, Eric, to have the solicitor's fees on the annual compensation ordinance.
Could I have a motion to advertise an amendment to ordinance Can I have a motion to advertise an amendment to ordinance 24-01, ordinance of the Borough of Tarentum, County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, fixing the levels of employees of all departments of the Borough of Tarentum and the rates of compensation thereof for the calendar year 2024, noting that it does add the solicitor's annual fees.
So moved.
Second.
Brian on the first, Maggie on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously, 6-0. The 2024 proposed council meetings schedule, the link is there, but as a reminder, we are going, well, February, we will have just 2 meetings, starting from March all the way to the end of the year. We will go down to just the second Tuesday of the month, with a couple exceptions of budget season starting in
November. And I already have the schedule tentatively on Savvy Citizen Online, assuming council approves it, and then it will go live at 7 o'clock tonight.
Any questions? Can I have a motion to adopt and advertise the revised 2024 proposed council meetings schedule?
So moved.
Second.
Ryan on the first, Kevin on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously, 6-0. Any questions on the borough policy for the water treatment plant number 1 and the borough policy water treatment plant number 2?
Just to note, these are to make sure, clarifying current policies that we already have in place so that there is no ambiguity about what the procedures and protocols are.
Dwight,
Yes, sir.
what you and I talked about earlier,
Yeah.
we're gonna bring that up later.
Yeah, I mean, the policy as sent out and written allows for, like, if council members need to be down there for whatever reason, that you can have, approval from water plant, public works manager, myself, if there's some sort of something that needs discussed. Generally, it's for folks that are not associated with the borough, having unauthorized access to a sensitive and public health and safety area.
But I feel that it's more or less common courtesy that we call Jeff or Mark
Yep.
and get their permission to, or their blessing, so to speak.
Yeah, there'll be, under the policy, there'll be like a sign-in as well that has to be signed off on by
Yes.
one of the managers and whoever's coming in. Because we do have occasions where we have people that are touring the water plant. We've had school kids there for a thing. We've had other stuff that, I certainly don't need called over every single thing down there, and I don't think council does either, up to the plant manager's discretion. They're just making sure that it's in there.
It's for safety also.
Yes, that's the most important thing, is that nobody's in an area unauthorized that has access to a community water system.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I have a motion to approve borough policy water treatment plant 1 and 2?
So moved.
Second.
Brian on the first, Brian on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously, 6-0. All right, you've been the Trenton Borough representative for about 17 minutes, Mr. Pataki, so I expect a
Not much,
detailed
not
report
much this month.
of everything that you know.
Not much.
Thank you for agreeing to serve on that.
Hopefully I'll have a little bit more next month.
Definitely. Mr. Kerr, Business Advisory Committee.
Talking with Kevin, we're gonna sit down and try to figure out how to redo this. Our luncheon started out a couple years ago great. We had a lot of people show up, and towards the end, fewer and fewer, which makes it hard for whatever business is hosting to know what to buy and everything. So we're gonna sit down and try to redo it, put our heads together so we have at least one brain in Kevin. So that's all I have.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Finance and Administration, the budget report and the check report, links are there, and they are both listed online. Ms. Smith, Parks and Rec.
Nothing yet at this time.
Still there, right?
It's still
It was
there.
there last time you drove past it, wasn't it? Okay, that's all that counts.
And then moving forward, depending on the rec board and how that goes, either Carrie will give you a report, or you
Yep.
attend a meeting, or we can play that by ear, depending on how we want that moving forward. Mr. Nolan, Property Health and Zoning.
Nothing new.
Ms. Homa, Public Safety.
Nothing at this time.
Ms. Homa, Public Works.
The monthly report is online, and like Scott said, the guys did a great job.
Yes.
They really did.
And that's it.
Mr. Bertocchi, redevelopment, revitalization.
It's happening.
It's out there somewhere.
And Mr. Kerr, I know you have something to share with utility.
The electric report, Howard was busy with census analytics. He's taken some training with them. He's troubleshooting meters. Rachel Carson Hall, Golden Towers. That isn't, somebody put in his golden showers. Troubleshooting meters on Allegheny Street, building transformer leads, building secondary extensions, taking care of the truck, trying to keep it running till we get our new one. That's what the electric. And the water report, they repaired the fluoride machine, cleaned the chemical feed room, cleaned all the turbidities meters,
Okay.
pulled maintenance on the fluoride pump system, and did housekeeping throughout the plant. And if anybody ever toured the plant, they keep it very clean, which they should. But so for my Bonner moment, in December, we processed 21,600,000 gallons of water. Our fire truck pumps approximately 1,500 gallons of water a minute. To pump the 21,600,000 gallons of water, it would take 14,400 minutes or 240 hours, which would equal it was pumped straight for 10 days. That's all I have.
It's a lot of water.
I have one more item. So I have one more item. Mr. Bonner, the head of our planning committee, sent a memo in today about the schedule for the 2024 planning commission meetings. So I will post those online as well as put that on Savvy Citizen and get that out to everybody. And just wanted to thank Mr. Bonner for taking on the task of heading up the planning committee. And then the last thing that I had is, if you did not know, today is National Police Appreciation Day. So I just wanted to thank Googs and the rest of the police department for everything that they do for the borough, and Bob for your previous service.
And I'd like to go on record to say we have the finest police force in the Valley and beyond.
It's true.
Tis true.
I don't lie.
All right, brings us to our second and final citizens comment section. Again, this one is open to all borough residents to talk about anything that was discussed this evening or anything that is on your mind as a resident of the borough. We ask that you please stand, state your name for public record, and adhere to the 3-minute time limit. We'll do the same order that we did last time. Cindy, you're up first.
No, thanks, nothing.
Nothing.
Wow, Cindy.
It's only January.
It's like you were just appointed to it or something.
Your
I'm poking her.
New Year's resolution.
Wait till we have a meeting.
Mr. Bonner,
Nothing, thank you.
young lady.
Yes, I have something to say. Iola Simon. I don't know if all the people know that the garbage men do not pick up like the TV boxes and stuff when they're laying out. So I don't know if you can tell them that they should cut it down.
We've put out several announcements, Savvy Citizen, we've put stuff in the mail when it first came out, like in the flyers. And then as people have issues and things aren't picked up, they call us or they email us and we tell them that the boxes have to be broken down and put in there, unfortunately. It's the only way that they will take them. So we've probably, a safe guesstimate, as we've talked to at least 200 residents about it. And then sent out the mass notifications, which, how many people actually read. But we will continue to put out the notifications.
They won't take those boxes on bulk day?
No.
All boxes have to be broken down and put in the stuff. So bulk items, they have a very clear, like, this is what we consider a bulk
Like
item.
Furniture and stuff
Right.
like that.
And I
So he
know
has a
there's
dumpster.
lot of boxes
Mhm.
and that, and I don't know.
Few people know that.
Okay, now this
Big box
meeting,
and
when
end up-
it's
Yes.
twice a month, what day is it on?
Twice a month, which meeting? This meeting? It's gonna go back to once a month,
Once a month?
Second Tuesday.
second Tuesday.
Cause I have a computer, but I'm not well.
That's okay. Just once a month, second Tuesdays, same time.
Sir?
Good.
He's good. First time I've ever heard him not say that.
That's all right.
Nice and easy.
All right, anything else, have anything for the good of the order before I ask for a motion to adjourn at 6:29 PM?
I know.
I was late.
Can I have a motion to adjourn at 6:29 PM?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting is adjourned at 6:29 PM.
That's because you didn't say anything, Cindy.
Wait till next month. We need to have one of our planning meetings we haven't had for a while. Then I'll have something to say.
We're gonna have a short executive session
Oh,
real
short
quick
one?
for 10 minutes.
Turn the mic off. Yeah, he stopped at the house yesterday. So I gave